We haven't talked about Pat Buchanan in a while, but then on Friday, he actually wrote an article where he argued that segregation was a good thing. I'm not kidding. And you can go back, we did a clip on it, it's in the archives on YouTube. Well, now he's in the news again because he said yet another thing that was dripping with racism. So let's listen. He was on McLaughlin Group, that's the name of it. Reason why I blanked, nobody watches it, and neither do I. Very rare that I have to mention it. So let's listen and then we'll discuss.
Do you think college admissions should be based on diversity?
Yeah, I mean, I think lots of factors go into diversity, and I think race can be one of them, and I think the Supreme Court so far agrees with that.
You're in the minority, only 28% in favor of it.
It should be based on excellence,
John. As
John.
long as the Supreme Court agrees with me,
just
I'm
like
fine.
the NFL. Whoever's the best player plays, and whoever does best academically should be advanced. What is wrong with
Here's
that?
the question I have. One of the things I always say, because I think you can measure diversity in a lot of ways, but I think there's an argument to be said that the greatest affirmative action program that there is in the country is being born white. There is a natural assumption when you're applying to institutions of higher education that you are excellent or you are more superb or more brilliant than
whites
others.
are the only group you can discriminate against legally in America.
Pat,
now.
The only group you can discriminate against is white people. Do I even need to say anything? How many studies have we been over that shows the exact opposite is true? So, fine, you want me to go through it again? I'll go through it again. Black people make 83 cents to the white person's dollar for the exact same work. But oh, poor white people making all that much more money. It must suck. It must be real bad. How about the study that was done on eBay where there's a black hand holding an iPod and a white hand holding an iPod? The white hand gets almost all the hits. All the other information the same, right? The only difference is one's a black hand, one's a white hand holding the product. White hand gets almost all the hits. What does that show you? The only different factor is the color of the skin. But okay, that's not enough. Well, how about the study when it comes to resumes? There was a black woman who recently got laid off from her job. She was a specialist, and she went on to Monster and all the other resume sites, put her work experience. It was very detailed, very good resume, but she had a traditionally sounding African-American name. Well, when she decided to change it to Bianca White, which funny enough is white, she got a tremendous amount of hits immediately. When it was just her name, traditional African-American name, went weeks without getting a hit. I mean, I can go on all day. There's another study that happened on ABC. It was an investigative report. There would be a bike that's chained, right? And a white guy would try to take it out, and he would have trouble, and people would come up and ask, you know, what are you doing, man? You need help with that, or are you all right? When it was a white woman trying to unchain the bike, having trouble, guys would literally leave their wives and walk up and like hit on her and try to help her with the bike, right? Never ask any questions. When it's a black guy doing it, instantly everybody thinks he's stealing. I mean, there's so many studies that show racism of course exists. We all know it exists, except Pat Buchanan, he's an idiot. He thinks, you know, oh, poor white guys, they have, black people have their boot on the neck of the white man. You know, Pat, you're right. If only we could get one white president in office, we would have made it. Now, not only that, he says the NFL comment is ridiculous. Oh, you know, it should be like the NFL. The better you do, then you just get in school. But Pat, do you realize that we all didn't start with an equal opportunity? So to just say, all right, it's a race now. Well, let's do the race now. Yeah, but wait a second. White people in a 100-yard dash ran 75 yards and then looked back at the black guys and said, all right, come on. But you're already 75 yards ahead, so you can't go ahead and wipe the slate clean and say, well, you know, it just goes by merit. But they didn't have the opportunity to have any merit from the beginning because you fucking held them down for so long. And there's so much I could say about this clip. I want to try to make it as short as I can. But so last point here. When the McLaughlin guy, I don't even know his fucking name, like the 127-year-old guy that opened the clip, when he goes talking to the woman, you think college should be based on diversity? What does that even mean? Like, I'm so tired of old white men just saying old white man things. Like, not just diversity. Nobody in their right mind has ever said, ever, let's only do it based on skin color. Grab one Swahili, one Botswanan, one Korean. We got any Eskimos or albinos here? We got to do, everything has got to be split exactly equal. Nobody does that. Nobody does that. Nobody's ever done that, right? But what they're saying is that should be one part of a multifaceted equation. I know, super radical. But to the old white guys, all they want to do is perpetuate old white guyness. So they argue for a system that is affirmative action for just them.